Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Saturday, the 27th of July. So, today is the weekend. Today's Saturday. And we do the weekday show Monday to Friday. And we try to stay kind of business and that stuff. But I thought today we do one more story time. And I could give you two stories or I can give you one. Find out. Alrighty, welcome back. My name is Eric, and yes, it is. It's the weekend. Today is Saturday. So, I'm glad that I hope more than just Randy are enjoying these stories. And they're real life things, you can't make this crap up. So, when I first got into this back in '06, we didn't have squat for, we were buying used lawnmowers from other dealers to fix, to sell, kind of starting that route. That's why I say start debt free. And this company had a trailer for sale because we had a little flatbed snowmobile trailer that we were using for lawnmowers, but we were restricted because it didn't carry much weight. So this company had posted on Craigslist this trailer for sale, tandem axle, and they probably condemned it. That's why it was for sale. But it was a step up for us. So we had it went ahead, took a drive up, take a look at it, and sure enough, I think it was like $500. And Claude says it's got good bones and the tires are good, and because it had the trailer mobile home axles underneath it, that tells you how old it was. So we went ahead and we bought that, and that set us up for the big jobs, bigger stuff than what we could haul on the snowmobile trailer. And let me tell you, the snowmobile trailer didn't have sides, didn't have a front cone to keep the machines from getting dirty and everything. And it also didn't keep them tied down inside the trailer. That in itself was scary. But we decided to go for the bigger jobs. So I posted on Craigslist at the time, if you have we will fix anything from a lawnmower to a small farm tractor. And we got this guy that called us, and he said that he had a Ford, I think it was an 8N, with a bucket on it. And to tell you how old it was, it had power up, gravity down, and it had the trip style bucket where you couldn't tilt back and forth. It just swung like this, and you had to set it on the ground to lock it. Of course, we decided to take that job on because we had our fancy new trailer that was condemned from the other company, probably through OSHA and MESHA. So we hook onto that trailer, and it's got a pintle hitch on it. If anybody knows what a pintle hitch is, it's just you have a round circle on the trailer, and it drops onto a ball and a pintle. The piece drops down and locks it, and then you put a safety pin through it basically so that it can't come up. And it was way up in the Adirondacks, up around CV's Corners on State Route 3 in New York. All right, so for you guys that don't know, traveling State Route 3 is like going to the fair. It's roller coasters, the hills. Down you go, up you go, down you go. All right. And we get to where the guy says is supposed to be, and he's waiting. And he starts taking us down this dirt road. And we started looking like deliverance country. What is this guy doing? Taking us down here to kill us or something and take our nice truck and our piece of shit trailer? So we get so far back, and the road keeps narrowing. Like, telling Claude, where are we going to turn around? I haven't seen any turnaround spots. He said, well, the guy says it's supposed to be, a loop driveway. All right. So it goes back, and it's on one of the ponds, way up in the Adirondacks. And the guy bought the lot, and there was technically a circle driveway. But the circle driveway was one that he had just cut out with chainsaw, and he was leaving stumps that high. Told Claude, I said, this isn't good. Yep. So I found a spot to get turned around, and I said, well, you go see what you can do with the tractor, and I'll get us turned around. I said, I'm not going down that cattle path to his camp. It's running and driving, supposedly, just has hydraulic issues. He was coming out through with the tractor, and he went around this corner, and he hit one of those. It was about that high up, and it was about that big around, with the front tire. Blew the front tire on the tractor, and he was still 100 yards, and the guy did not want him driving on that. So we hopped in the truck because we had nothing to fix the tire with. Told the guy we'd be back. And it probably wouldn't be till the following day. So the following day, we went up. We threw my skid steer on, thinking we can lift the tractor. Spare tire with us because we knew what size it was, so we had one at the shop. So we grabbed a spare tire with us and headed back up the following day. And this time we had the skid steer on with us. So we got all the way back up. I got turned around in the turnaround spot. Drove the skid steer off. Fixed the tire. And when he learned that I was bringing the skid steer, he wanted some work done in front of his camp. So whatever, as long as you're paying. So we did the work. And we loaded the skid steer on first and had the bucket over top of the jack handle. And the only way we could get that 8N on now with a loader was to back it on. And the front tires just got onto the trailer, but the bucket was overhanging. I mean overhanging. Everything from the front tire out was not on the trailer. And I told Claude, I said, why don't we just make 2 trips? Take the skid steer back, drop that off, come back, get the tractor. I said, well, that's 2 more trips. Okay. And so off we go. We're headed out through this cattle path, deliverance country, backwoods up in the Adirondacks. And we finally come out on Route 3. Now, Route 3 is State Highway 3. So, and most vehicles move right along pretty good. And Claude was no different. He was moving right along pretty good. And I'm thinking, well, you should be careful because of the load back there. So as I'm sitting there in the passenger side, praying and hoping to God that I prayed enough that night in the morning that we make it back to the shop in one piece, I see a tire go shooting by me. Let me repeat myself. There was a frickin' tire come whipping by me. I watched it go over the guardrails in the rearview mirror, and it was running down the embankment as fast as we were going. A frickin' tire. And I'm like, Claude, is there a vehicle behind us? I just saw a tire go flying by us right down into right over the guardrail and right down into the ditch. I said, no, there's nobody back there. That should have been our first thing. So Claude says, well, let's pull over and check. So we pulled over. Sure enough, one of them trailer tires that are held on with these little clips and you tighten the thing down had gone flat and started doing this, and just shot it right up into the friggin' air and down into the gully. So now we're on Route 3. We got a skid steer and a tractor on that trailer that was condemned, that was way overloaded, and we've only got one tire. I went down in and I got the tire that was supposed to be on the back of it and threw that in the back of the truck. And we're trying to decide what to do next. And we said, well, maybe we can make it, because we were still an hour from home. Now, most smart people would have said, A, you shouldn't have overloaded that trailer. B, with the overload trailer, that's why the tire let go. C, you should not move that trailer. It's insane to try to drive it with two tires on the one side and a one tire on the other side. It's a balancing issue. Now you got all that weight on just one tire instead of two. But we're not most intelligent people. So we decided we just go slow with it. Well, I'm looking back at that tire, and all that weight is now on one tire and not two tires in the back. And the tire is going like this. And you could feel the whole trailer just... And finally, boom! There goes the second trailer tire. Now we're screwed. Now we're sitting on State Route Highway 3 with a skid steer, a tractor that doesn't belong to us, and a trailer with two tires that are blown out on one side. Now, I think if we had a jack, or Claude would have thought of it, he would have had us take one tire off the other side and try two tires. No. So we ended up backing the stuff off the trailer because the skid steer had the bucket over to the jack of the trailer itself. So we jacked the trailer up and ran home quick and got two tires fixed and ready to go, and ran right back up. And finally we had the tools to actually take, because we didn't fix those tires. We ended up, a friend of ours had mobile home axles with tires and rims. So he let us borrow two tires and rims with the tires all blown up. And we had the right tools, and we lost a few of the square metal pieces that hold the tire on. He had those, so we went up with those. Got everything all buckled back up. And this time I asked a friend to come up with us that had another trailer. And we put the skid steer on one trailer and the tractor on the other trailer and made it home. Finally, at about 2 hours later, because we didn't dare go too much speed with the trailer, the condemned one. So on that note, you guys have a great Saturday, and we'll be back here bright and early, probably tomorrow morning. I got to go cut some hay, get her on the ground. It's supposed to be good till Wednesday, Thursday. Hopefully we can get another farm or two finished up and done. Thanks so much for watching.